right, welcome to our first official battle report. This is the Wildcard, JB. I'm playing my Black Order list with a little bit of Collector sprinkled in, and I've got Black Dwarf, Ebony Maw, Corvus Glaive, and the Collector versus an X Factor list with my buddy Kevin here, who's got 1,000,001 Jamie Madrix, Quicksilver, and Strong Guy. He won. He won the map roll with a +8. Chose the map that was here anyhow, and we're gonna go through our first turn. So this will be our first one. So if there's any lapses or screw ups, just ignore them. We'll do our best to get through and try and keep you guys in the action. All right. So at the end of turn one, we've got round one. That's what I meant. We've got he moved up behind some blocking terrain with multiple man and Strong Guy. He picked up an Ultra Heavy. I don't know if you can see it, but he's got Quicksilver here with his Hypersonic showing. I proceeded to move Black Dwarf here, pick up a Heavy. Ebony Maw's got Stealth in the hindering terrain, and then I based Quicksilver with Corvus Glaive and the Collector. And we're getting ready to hit round two. Alright, that is the end of round two, and kind of boring. Quicksilver was able to make his breakaway roll. He still hit somebody on the way out. He hit the Collector for one right here, and then proceeded to be a true man and run all the way to the back of the board. And then we had some Madrixes move up, one of them perplexed, so I got a Whisper token on Ebony Maw. And I proceeded to clear, which I'm told is a very un-wildcard thing to do. So we're moving on to round three. Okay, round three. On my opponent's turn, he went first. He moved up a bunch of his pieces. Most notably, he moved up Strong Guy with an Ultra Heavy right here. Based me, and I think that was pretty much it. Maybe ran a couple perplex. I added another Whisper token. So hopefully I'm doing those right. Black Dwarf. Then on my turn I have Charge and Flurry in my white attack power. Ebony Maw perplexed up, used his both Whisper tokens to perplex up, one to his attack and one to his damage, and I had a Heavy in my hand, so I hit him once for 6, and then a second time for 4 with Flurry. Although Strong Guy was much tougher because he increases all of his combat values by the amount of damage done. Of course, it's power 3, so I still hit. I think I hit an 11 on a 19. Was that right? A 12 on a 19. Yeah, I got a 7 exactly. So that put him down. Dropped the ultralight or the Ultra Heavy, and we are at the top of round 4. All right, so round 4. My opponent moved up some more Madrixes up here, but not before hitting me with Quicksilver, hitting me for, I think, 1 damage, and then moving over here in front of this multiple man. I got 2 Whisper tokens. He used a Perplex and an Outwit, and I charged with Black Dwarf, picking up the Ultra Heavy that Strong Guy had dropped, moved here so that I could use my Flurry on both of them. I missed with the first Flurry, so I lost the object. Swung again, hit Quicksilver for 3, so doubled up there. Collector hit this Madrix over here. Tried to collect it, but I did too much damage. I killed it before I could collect it. I actually got my Collector roll for the first time ever, and then I killed it, and yeah, and I outwitted one of those. Yep. So I perplexed up his attack when I moved, before I moved him, and then at the end I outwitted his Hypersonic. And I meant to clear him, so I'm going to do that now because I'm a dirty cheater. And round 5. Alright, so that was the end of round 4, and a little more action. Got some more multiple man action over here. I had my Blades outwitted. He moved some other guys around. He outwitted Black Dwarf's Invincible and then hit me for 2. And I think that was it on his turn. And then on my turn, and then he did a couple other free actions. And now we have some questions about how Ebony Maw's Whisper, or words works. So I'm playing it safe. We're going to play it like bare minimum, even though we might have been doing it right to begin with. So I outwitted his outwit so that I don't get my Impervious on Black Dwarf. Taken away next turn, and then I reduced Quicksilver's attack value to an 8. So I have 1 Whisper token remaining, and then I cleared the remainder of my guys. And it is the top of round 5. Okay, so round, whatever it is. So, Corvus Glaive on the last turn was, actually we'll start with his turn, I'm sorry. He accidentally pushed himself to death over here. Then he broke away. He did hit me, though. Didn't he hit me? Yeah. And then Quicksilver broke away to right here on his turn. Some more stuff happened over here. How did this guy die? Or is that the turn before? Okay, no one died over there. Okay. And then on my turn, Corvus Glaive, I tried to use his as I hold my blade, I cannot die power, which is pretty awesome. I tried to hit this guy because it was my best shot. I needed a 7, and proceeded to stink it up with missing it. And then the Collector rolled a hit. This Madrix, after outwitting his combat reflexes, he also missed. So great job, team. Over here, Black Dwarf charged in a circle to get to Quicksilver, picked up a heavy object along the way, and proceeded to demolish Pietro. I believe that's how you pronounce that. Ebony Maw outwitted his super senses before I charged with a Whisper token. And we're at the start of the next round. Alright, turn 7 is what we agreed on. Turn round. So, anyhow, we're both reading our powers right now. It did. So, he killed Corvus Glaive. I gave him the business with the Cull Obsidian, but that apparently also spawned 3 of his own, multiple man, and then some power. I don't know, some crazy business happened where he got some buffs over here. So, yeah. So, Collector got out of town with his phasing teleport. I'm over here now. His little guy ran away, and then I just cleared. And other than Corvus Glaive eating it, pretty boring turn. And my opponent and I have agreed that we're just going to run away from each other for the next 2 hours. And it's been a fun game. So, start of the next round. All right, turn 8. Round 8. I'll get it eventually. He absorbed one of his multiple men over there and healed up this guy, I believe, right? That guy. That's what I was pointing to. And then not much else happened. He cleared, and I proceeded to move my guys in formation over here and cleared the Collector. Pretty boring round, and start of round 9. Okay, whatever round it is, we've definitely screwed up the count here. Interesting stuff happened. He moved up some guys in his turn, did some outwitting, take away my charge. When I had Black Dwarf, who was sitting right here, on my turn, I proceeded to outwit his outwit so that I could charge. He based the Collector in his turn, probably take away my energy explosion. But then when I got the charge off with Black Dwarf, Bushwick Bill, I proceeded to KO this Madrix, which opened up the EE for him. I'm pretty sure I aimed at this guy and that guy as well. I put all the damage on him, but EE'd this guy out, and then he pooped out another 4. Good stuff. So, yeah, so that happened. Alright, and that's where we stand now. On to the next round. Okay, on the spot for that. So we've decided to call the game. We've been playing for about an hour and a half, give or take. And so it was going to get pretty crazy in this round. He moved up some guys. Didn't know about Ebony Maw's twist you into betrayal power, which is pretty crazy. So whenever I'm targeted with an attack from an opposing, I can choose an adjacent opposing character that isn't the attacker to be the target of that attack. So all of that, every guy he hit me with right there, as long as that attack power was on, I could just pick one of his guys. And I'm curious about the timing of that power, too. Like, is it after you declare the target, or would you ever actually attack me if you knew this ahead of time? Right. And the Collector can just keep picking them off with EE if I eventually got out of there. So, I mean, he could keep spawning. This game could go on for a long, long time. Gotcha. So the guy who was spawning him, I don't know if the microphone picked that up. Yeah. So I don't think he had the power to poop out any more guys. So, and I'm gonna have to do some research on Ebony Maw's Whisper power, because the way it reads, I think I've got it down now. But Yeah, I think that it only happened once. It may have been on the initial charge with Black Dwarf, where I think I used Perplex twice when I may have only need to use it once. But yeah, Black Order's pretty good, man. Played very differently this game. Part of the reason I didn't know about the Ebony Maw or his Whisper tokens was the last game I played him on. I hardly had any because the team I played didn't have a lot of free actions, so I really wasn't generating the tokens. The Collector again was this is the second time I played it. I kill people before I ever collect them, so he's got 10 on his dial, and he's got good stuff, but he's phasing teleport, he's not running shots, so he basically has to move somewhere and then attack after that. So Black Dwarf was definitely the MVP. I mean, that guy's nuts with Charge and Flurry. But what I was explaining to my buddy here is that he's only, I think he's, let me go through this, hang on. Yeah, he's got click 5 as his last click. So you can definitely get him. And that Cull Obsidian trait, as I found out in my first game with him, if you attack with a bunch of guys with Impervious, that really doesn't mean much to him. So unless you just, destroy somebody with a 6 damage, you put 3 damage on them, get past that click, you're only taking 1 back. So it's good in a situation, but not great. But still fun to play. Still want to collect the rest of them. And I have them. I'll have them now. Pretty fun game. Kev, did you want to say anything about the game?
This team is pretty much Black Dwarf and Ebony Maw, because the other guy I didn't think really did much anything. This staff guy, I picked him apart pretty quick. Yeah, it was pretty much game over when I based him here. I didn't realize, and JB told me, do I want to read his card before I do that, but I didn't think it was going to be that crazy. I just figured it was like poison or something, but my guys that based only had 2 life, and Flurry, so it didn't matter. I wouldn't attack him anyway, so I just would have stood there until I got killed. So we just decided to call it. But yeah, I like this team, this X Factor. Yeah, well, the multiple man power is there for backup. Like, because if you don't, you have to hit him for the, and the other Madrox I had does the same thing, but only one. I can only do it once, and they go on. It's a model of name. The only model you can really do it with is it's the X-Men Gravity Feed one. When you hit him, if he has super senses, if I fail super senses and take damage, I can put a model named Multiple Man, Jamie Madrox, or Madrox, but they have to be lower point value. And all the other Madroxes on my team are 75 points, so it's only him. But what happens is I get a copy on the same click number. So I essentially get 2 of them for the price of 1. But, yeah, not bad.
Fun game. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll be doing some more of them, and they'll be a little bit better than this one.